Hello everyone, I'm John, this is Sean.
Alright.
And this is Everyday Food Reviews. Today, we have another new gaming powdered energy drink.
Yeah, this one's called BeyondNRG or BeyondNRG. I've done a short video on the shaker already that John's got.
Yeah.
That I found very impressive, but we'll find out what John thinks today because he's not actually used it yet.
I've played with it though and I'm excited.
We've ended up with a lot of these sachets because I emailed Beyond on the day that I ordered a lot of 10 sachets and a regular shaker and said, you know, we're going to do a review video. Could we have a discount code to share with people, please? And they said, yeah, EFR10. And what's your address? We'll send you another pack of 10 sachets and a Vortex Shaker, which is the battery-operated blender style shaker that John's got there. So I said, you know, there's no need, we've already bought the stuff, but if you insist, then here's my address, you know. So we got both of them.
Yeah.
And we got plenty of sachets to try.
Yeah.
Which is great. Today we're going to just try 2 out of the 5 flavours in this video, but we'll do a separate video that we will record today where we try the other 3.
Yeah, we anticipated this video would be really long, so we'll just split it up into 2.
Yeah, because Beyond have specifically said, and this is one thing that got me excited, is they specifically said they want us to compare it to other energy drinks. You know, when we first started and we had Sneak comment on our first video that we did on Twitter, they said, oh yeah, we'll watch that, we'd like to see a comparison. They never did reply to us or anything, tell us what they thought. But I can only assume that we weren't as favourable to them, even though we were positive about both brands. We weren't as favourable to them as they'd have liked from the people that they pay to advertise them. It's like, if you want an advert, then pay us. We're going to do a review channel. So
yeah, and if you've not seen that video, we'll put a link in the corners.
Yeah.
But let's move on to. We'll start with this shaker.
Mm-hmm.
You may have seen it in the thumbnail, but it creates. It's a Vortex Shaker, and it creates a vortex. For people who don't know what a vortex is, imagine a tornado made of water.
Okay, yep.
I should turn it around really so that the logo and...
We're going to want to actually put some powder in that and use it before you...
Yeah, no, but I just wanted to show people...
Yeah, no, I'm just cautioning you about running the batteries out.
This reminds me... So I said to Sean, I've got a little childhood anecdote.
Should we start with the forest fruit?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So when I was a kid, in like primary school, was it primary school? Yeah, I think so, primary school. I was mates with this lad. And he'd been to like Orlando Studios in Florida. And he brought back this little like clear cylinder of water that was like it was like a merchandise from the film Tornado.
Right.
And you shake it up like in a certain way, like, you know, like flicking your wrist, and it creates a vortex because of the things that were inside it. It was like that. It just reminded me of it, and I always wanted one, and obviously I never went.
That's pretty cool. So the shaker I'm using is the shaker that we ordered and paid for in the starter kit.
That I said I wanted because it's a cool colour.
Yeah, it's the shaker John wanted. I would have ordered the black and white one, but this one we're using for the Beyond video. You can barely see the logo because it's very stealth.
Okay. I'm going to put it on the side.
For a bit more contrast in things. Easier to see, generally. Apart from my clothes. But it says you should only need to do that Vortex thing for about 10 to 15 seconds.
Okay.
But I don't see why, if it's already mixed, you couldn't do it less, or if it's not, you couldn't do it more. But they say on the thing 10 to 15 seconds.
I left glasses in the cupboard.
Okay. This is frothed up a lot in the shaker cup.
Yeah, this is frothed up a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. Can you see that? John?
Oh yeah. What kind of mixing things in it? Is it like a metal springy ball like I've got on these, or is it the plastic inserts?
I'll pull some out and then I'll come back to that, because that's something I am less impressed with. So it's not something I want to mention, but it's something I have to mention.
Oh yeah, I'll finish off the Vortex. So it's this one is powered by 2 AA batteries. You spin the bottom off, and that gives you this little. So you can take that with you if you wanted, because it actually does double as a shaker cup. To replace the batteries, you pull them the little rubber thing off the bottom. Can't put it in a dishwasher. No, the top bit or the bottom bit, you said.
Yeah, no, none of it's dishwasher safe.
So that's okay. Interestingly, on the bottom it says designed in the UK, made responsibly in China by ProMix, the original Vortex mixer.
I think ProMix have been making these for a few years.
Yeah.
They've got lots of different models.
www.promix.com. If you can see that. That's what it says on the bottom.
When I had a look to get another shaker, because like I say, we're gonna want one each because it's really good, and they've sent us one, and there's 2 of us, and John's not gonna want to give it back.
And they are silent.
Yeah.
As well. So when we're making videos and you've seen us like trying to shake up a shaker,
It's not silent. It's much quieter though.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But like I can have that on now and just talk to you normal. Whereas when we're trying to talk and you've got shaker noise.
Yeah.
Just next to us, that'll really benefit. So that's good.
Yeah, I think, I'm really impressed. But I had a look on Amazon, eBay, ProMix's own website and everything. I couldn't find them for less than what Beyond are charging for them. They're charging 15 quid, but I think it says it's a special offer, but I don't know if it's time limited or not.
On Beyond?
Yeah, but it says the regular price is still only £20 anyway, which is still in line with the cheapest I can find any ProMix
or
shakers
£18
anywhere.
if you use EFR10.
Yeah, it would be.
Forgot about that, didn't you? So all the nutrition information is on the back. How much did you say there's 200 milligrams of caffeine in this?
150.
Natural caffeine, 150. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought I'd do it. It's a really weird flavour. It's almost like a grey purple flavour.
Colour.
Yeah. Sorry, I've only just got up. I am. No.
Yeah, same. I really want to just get into this and then carry on talking about the other stuff.
We'll probably improve and perk up in a minute.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
This is the one I tried in that short. The flavour, I quite like it, especially as forest fruit flavours go. I do think it's got a bit of a grape flavour to it.
Yeah, that's really good. That's flavour actually is really strong.
Yeah,
comes through like you'd imagine forest fruits too, like darker, stronger flavours, more intense. That's good.
Yeah, we did only use 400 ml of water.
Yes, it says 300 to 400 ml, doesn't it?
Yeah. But what we do want to do is just talk a little bit about what's in it. And I've got the iPad here because it's got a load of nootropics in it, and that's not something I'm overly familiar with. And also, they said specifically they want us to compare it to other drinks. So we're going to compare it to Sneak, because Sneak is based in the UK, similar price, although Sneak don't do any discount codes. And, similar market. Sneak market themselves on being natural, which we'll come back to and we've mentioned before. But we'll start with the nootropics, and it's got a few in. I will just put a screenshot on here. It's got one thing I noticed, John.
Yeah.
The ashwagandha.
Ooh.
Does that sound familiar to you?
I think I've heard of it.
Do you remember the Oshi Robert L9 drink?
Oh, yeah.
That had ashwagandha in? And we were both like, what's this? I've never heard of this or seen it anywhere else. Yeah, this has got ashwagandha in. It's called an adaptogen, which I'm assuming is a type of nootropic. It sounds like a class of biological chemicals to me. It helps you manage stress, boosts brain function, and lowers blood sugar, and can help symptoms of anxiety, which to me sounds pretty ideal.
We've got news on Robert L9.
Have we?
Yeah, he won FIFA World's best man's player
Okay.
last night. Sean's not bothered. I was buzzing for it, and it was last night. So people who like to know when these videos are made, there you go. The morning after Robert, so it's like a celebration to him.
Okay. If you don't know what nootropics are, I've mentioned them in a couple of videos. We did a first take of this earlier, and it turned out John wasn't sure what they were the whole time I've been talking about them.
No, not
I'd say I'm not massively familiar with them, so I've not gone into detail before, but they're a class of chemicals. They're not quite stimulants, they're sort of cognitive enhancing chemicals. And so that these extracts are going to have things in that help anxiety, help cognitive function, that sort of thing. So it's all pretty good. It's got Bacopa monieri. It's which has a variety of antioxidants in. It's got L-choline bitartrate, which we do see in a few other things. It's an acetylcholine source that's apparently used in the treatment of depression, memory loss, and fatigue. Panax ginseng, which we've seen in a couple of things, so shown to improve brain functionality, reduce tiredness. So you'll see a common theme throughout most nootropics. It sort of helps.
It's kind of like, it sounds like
function.
there's lots of little bits of everything that do these things.
Yeah.
To give you a big, as we've said before, previous magical mood boosting properties. So, yeah. Should we get into mango, pineapple, and blood orange?
Just a sec. I just want to go through all of these. Ginkgo biloba supports good blood circulation while improving brain functions such as focus and attention span, which, is. I think that's good for me because I find a lot of the time when I need to concentrate on something and I have a lot of caffeine, that kind of has the opposite effect.
You got too much caffeine, so you can't.
In terms of concentration. And then we got L-theanine, which we have seen in a lot of things. It's an amino acid from tea leaves. You see a lot of that in green tea. So anything with green tea in it tends to have that, and it's added to a lot of things as well. Just to note, we won't be drinking all of each one. We're stupid, but we're not stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Here you go. Here's the Friday. Let's have 750 milligrams of caffeine.
Yeah, and the rest. So they say don't consume more than 2 servings in a day, which is good general advice. 300 or 400 ml caffeine, you don't really want to be having more than that in a day. We'll be having like just under half of each one, and then putting them in the fridge.
Not even half, is it?
Sharing the rest with our girlfriends and having them tomorrow. They'll be all right in the fridge for a couple of days once they're mixed. They'll just need shaking up again.
This glass looks like about 150 ml.
Is that my port glass?
Yeah.
It's 190 ml.
Sound. No, it's just rough. I'm just going from 400. It looks like it's good to about 350.
Yeah, well, to the brim, it's 190 ml.
Yeah, it's not to the brim either.
Yeah.
I want to drink it.
Yeah.
I just like playing with shaker.
That's a good thing I put rechargeable batteries in it.
But yeah, no, like I say, I think that's really good for like future videos. Because especially when we're just doing like 1 or 2 flavours, because I can just finger it out.
Yeah, and to clean it as well, it isn't dishwasher safe, but you just put some water and some fairy in the thing and put the lid on and turn it on. Have you noticed that the rubber seals around the lid and on the closer, the what do you call this? Spout. You noticed that? I thought that was really good.
Yeah. That almost sounds like a click.
Yeah. But everything's got rubber seals on. Like I'm shaking this Smart Shake now, and Smart Shake, it's not like it's a naff brand. And I've got water all over my microphone and all over my table and everything. I might have it all over my magic cards, which should be upsetting. I think anything that's worth anything is in a box somewhere, so it's not too bad. Or it's at least double sleeved anyway if it's not in a box.
This sounds good. Mango really comes through straight away.
Yeah, we'll talk more about the flavours in the next video where we're only talking about the flavours. This one we mainly wanted to talk about the chemicals. Oh. Mango, pineapple and blood orange. I can get all 3 of them. So that's something else I was worried about with this. Because I really wanted to like it because they seem to be, so far from what I've seen, they seem to be doing everything right that Sneak has been doing.
Wrong.
Yeah, I was going to say but I'll just bleep it, I'll say it anyway.
Right, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
That's smooth.
That tastes like actual mango.
Yeah, it's almost like I've just popped a bit of mango in my mouth. That's really good. Because it tastes thicker.
Yeah, it does. It tastes really sweet, really thick. But because it actually tastes like the mango and it tastes like the pineapple, I'm getting less blood orange from it.
Yeah, I'm not getting a lot of blood orange. I'm getting a lot of mango and pineapple, but that's good because I prefer those flavours.
Yeah.
If you're a big orange fan and you're not a big mango fan, don't bother. This is really good. Do you know what as well? It's just really refreshing that the flavours are different.
Yeah.
Like, you've got a mixture of mango, pineapple and blood orange. We've just had wild forest fruit. Not the blue raspberry, which we will get onto because they do one. Blue raspberry, sour apples. It's like, give me a break, man. Give me something I want.
I was a bit worried because I thought, mango, pineapple, blood orange. What's this one here? Honeydew, melon, grape and raspberry. I thought those are too specific. And I thought we're going to taste them and it's just going to be like mango, pineapple and blood orange. Oh, it's tropical. That sort of thing. But it's not. It actually legitimately tastes like that. It's really good. That I will say there's a fair bit of sediment on there. Or at least there was on that one. I might not have shook it up as much because there's less sediment on this one. But with the ingredients in there, all these natural extracts, you're going to expect a bit more sediment compared to something like Sneak, which we'll come on to now. I'll take a screenshot of this on the MacBook because on the tablet it doesn't display as well. They've got a table of all the ingredients in Beyond with a difference column, a percentage of your recommended allowance, micrograms or milligrams, and what the ingredient is. And then they've got another table comparing that directly to the current UK market leader. Wonder who that could be. It's Sneak. It doesn't take a genius to work out, and I know that for a fact because I worked it out pretty quickly. But what we've got on here, the most interesting thing to me, Beyond doesn't have taurine in because it's apparently not needed. I always liked seeing taurine in drinks because it's an amino acid with some proven benefits. However, for sort of cognitive energy drinks, it is less necessary, and Sneak certainly isn't marketed as a pre-workout. Therefore, taurine's a lot less necessary. The thing I like the most is where they've got on their own list caffeine not present. Natural caffeine, 150 milligrams. And then on the Sneaks column, they've got caffeine, 150 milligrams, natural caffeine not present. And I think that's something that needs emphasising, because Sneaks say, oh, all natural flavours. Your caffeine's not natural, your sweeteners aren't natural. I mean, these sweeteners aren't natural in this. We've got Ace K and sucralose, exactly the same as Sneak. But personally, I don't care. And the people who do aren't being lied to. They're not clicking on links from Beyond because they've got a bloke on YouTube on an advert that's unskippable pouring out a can of Red Bull onto the street saying, oh, switch to a healthy energy drink that's better for you because it doesn't have sugar, like Monster Ultra, G Fuel, Razor Wire, Beyond, literally anything else apart from a Red Bull. But apparently Sneak's the only one that's healthy.
Maybe Sneak have never heard of Monster Ultra.
Maybe it would explain all that.
Maybe they're just they've been in an Anderson shelter for the last 10 months.
I don't think they've ever heard of Rain, otherwise they wouldn't think they could charge £2 for their cans with a straight face. But yeah, I really like this table. I recommend you check it out. But
and it goes back to that comment we mentioned last week when someone said, is your caffeine natural? And they said, it's this type of caffeine, which is...
Yeah, they said...
Did you actually put a screenshot up of that?
I did put a screenshot up of that. Okay. A lad said, is your caffeine natural? Because there's another energy drink I like that uses green tea extract. Is your caffeine natural? And to my mind, there's no way that he's not asking, is the caffeine in your drinks derived naturally, or is it synthetic lab-made caffeine? Which, again, to me personally,
we don't
makes
care.
No difference. I could not care less about it. But what I do care about is when they say, exactly, when they say, our caffeine is caffeine anhydrous, which is the dehydrated form of natural caffeine. It's but it's not naturally derived. It's the same chemical form, but it's not naturally derived, and that's the difference. And I think the example I used it in there was free range eggs. That chemically they're going to be the same as battery eggs. So when you have battery farm eggs and you say these free range eggs, it's they are eggs from the same chickens as we would keep on a free range farm. It's that's not what I asked. So. These, again, it's not something that would make me choose them in and of itself. I wouldn't choose these over Sneak personally because of the natural caffeine, because I don't care about that. But there are obviously people who do care about it. Otherwise, Sneak wouldn't be answering questions on it because people wouldn't be asking questions about it. And Sneak know that people care about it, and they know that it's something they could do, but it would cost them more money, but they won't do because they don't need to, because they've got a marketing team that can sell the people on the idea and the brand with their advertising and can just lie to them on Facebook. That one wasn't intentional.
Like this. People like it. We like your honesty, mate, and we know you're just looking after the normal person in the street. Cookies.
Like I say, it's not that I don't like the drink. I think if I didn't like the drinks that Sneak make, then I wouldn't care. It's because I like them and I think they can do better. But then, you know, we can stop caring. As far as I'm concerned, we've got something that's in the UK. I mean, we already had Wraith.
Yeah.
But, you know, Wraiths, they got more caffeine. But they've not got the nootropic blend. And I do like Wraith, but the flavours, again, are a very different style of flavour. Personally, I like having a variety, and I know a lot of people who are into Sneak aren't going to be into Wraith. It's a very different style. But this, I think, is a very similar style. The branding's very on point. The sachets are a similar style. They tear open easy enough. Yeah. I think that the only negative thing I've got to say about them so far is this shaker, which is the cheaper one. This shaker, it feels fine. The lid feels fine. It's got a bit of a hook on there so you could hook it to your bag or something. But this insert, I've not had an insert on this since I got a shaker for £1 from Home Bargains about 10 years ago.
That said like Cymix or USN on it or something.
Oh no, it wasn't a USN one. USN's a proper brand. Can't even remember what brand it was. It's a non-branded one. But it seals a lot better than that, because that one had a real tacky... Like, this lid is really nice. But just the insert, I feel like that could be better. However, this could be the best plastic manual shaker in the world, and I would sit here and tell you not to get it. If you're ordering a starter pack, I'd say pay the extra money and order the starter pack with the Vortex Shaker in if you're ordering from Beyond anyway. I think it's that good.
Yeah.
And in terms of batteries, I'd recommend just get... It takes 2 batteries. You can get for about £15 or £20 Panasonic Eneloop smart charger with 4 AA batteries with it. Should be able to get that from Amazon or Costco.
You could even get some just cheap rechargeable batteries though, because
you still need to buy a battery charger. By the time you bought cheap rechargeable batteries and a battery charger, then you've spent about as much as Eneloops cost. Eneloops aren't expensive. Okay. If you want to save money compared to Eneloops, I'd say get the IKEA ones, because they are almost as good and they are cheaper, but depending where you get your Eneloops from, they're not any cheaper. The IKEA Ladder, LADDA. Those would be my recommendations for batteries.
So, unlike us, we've maybe got a little off topic at the end here, but we feel like it's important.
Yeah, have we actually even compared it to Sneak properly? To compare this to Sneak, basically, it's got natural caffeine in instead of synthetic lab-based caffeine, which to me is the least important thing, but to some people is going to be the most important thing. It's got all the nootropics we mentioned. It's also got an isotyl. Well, I think it has anyway. It might be misspelled on the website. Yeah, it's got an isotyl. It's spelled as isotyl on the thing. But in isotyl is the stuff they put in Monster, which I think is why when I'm down, when I'm having a bad morning, I'll get G Fuel, Wraith, or whatever, and it's not the same. I get a can of Monster, and I feel better.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've noticed it's on Pipeline a lot because it's pink and it's like the writing's black. It always stands out to me because it says isotyl.
Yeah, so that inositol is something that's meant to help with anxiety, which is good, because a lot of people say, oh, yeah, energy drinks don't do any... My GP told me, do you think doing energy drinks on YouTube is going to be good for your anxiety? And I'm like, well, overall, yeah, to be honest, because, you know, I'm going to be drinking them anyway, and doing it on YouTube, I get to do something creative. It makes me feel like I've done something.
Yeah.
And... You know, some drinks do actually literally make me feel better, and trying to narrow it down, I think it could be the inositol that's helping with that. Obviously, you know, it's a vicious circle of dependence and abuse at some point, potentially. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
So first impressions on Beyond. Sorry.
This has a different blend of electrolytes in it to Sneak, in so far as it's got magnesium, but it's got a lot more magnesium than Sneak, and it doesn't have sodium, potassium, and calcium. It's understandable that it wouldn't have calcium and magnesium because, from what I remember, they would compete to bind to the same receptors in your body as each other, which is why you shouldn't do something like drink a glass of whey protein and milk before you take your magnesium supplements, because the calcium in the whey protein and milk is going to block all the receptors that the magnesium wants to get into. So it would make sense that they don't have calcium and magnesium. Sneak have both, you know, and you're not going to be getting both. We've been through the taurine, potassium and sodium. Again, you know, that they're good for hydration if you're an athlete and you want to avoid cramps. Sneak don't even pretend, like they pretend that it's not for gamers. They pretend that it's not a gaming drink when it suits them. Most of the time, you know, they say it's a gaming drink. When it suits them, they say, oh, it's not just for gamers, it's for the photographers who can buy it and then take marketing shots for us for free because they want to get featured on our Instagram. And, you know, I'm not being funny, but none of those are physical activities. We've been chastised before for comparing it to pre-workout, and a lot of the things are very similar to pre-workout, but it's the little things like this that are the difference. And in Sneak, there's, you know, your taurine and your electrolytes and stuff, and it's like that stuff's good for doing a workout and what have you.
Yeah.
But Nootropic seem to, not Nootropic, Beyond have really focused in on, this is a focus cognitive drink, so we're going to cut out all the stuff we don't need and focus on the stuff that we do need that would make that better.
Yeah.
More salt in your average gamer's diet is not going to be a good thing for them, is it? You think of your average gamer,
No.
your average person who needs to stay at the PC for 18 hours. I'm fairly sure they're getting enough salt in their diet.
Yeah, you probably
on average. I don't want to generalise. I can speak from my own experience and my own behaviour when I'm gaming. I'm not worried about getting enough salt. So
no, that's something I'm not worried about now. If anything, I want, like, I'm actively trying to reduce salt.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, what can I have which has got less salt? This. Okay. So, yeah, it's turned very wordy at the end here. Our first impressions, I think, then, it's like, it seems like Beyond have took all the little good bits from, you know, a lot of the leaders in their different fields, like maybe Isotol from Monster and stuff from Sneak and Steve, and they've made quite a well-rounded drink with good flavours, so...
Yeah, and it's not just like they've just piled everything in they can, because if they did that, then you'd have your taurine in there, you'd have your calcium
Let's
in there.
Let's stick a bit of that in because people like seeing that.
Yeah.
Bit, you know, so, no.
They've done their research and thought about what's going to work well together rather than what works well in a bubble. Like, calcium is good in a bubble, you know, taurine's good in a bubble, but, you know, in the context of what it's for and what else is in it, they've thought a lot about it.
Yeah.
Which is good. And the flavours, we've had 2 so far. The wild forest fruits I was really surprised with because it's not normally a flavour I'd like, and I do really like it. But the mango is not normally something I'm a big fan of, but it tastes more like mango juice, like actual mango, than something like Monster Mango Loco, which does have actual mango juice in it.
Yeah.
It's insane.
So yeah, I
really
think we're
impressed.
quite excited to get through the rest of the flavours.
What's your favourite out of those 2?
Mango.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, you know, contrary to popular belief, I don't like vegetables, but I really like fruit.
Yeah.
So...
Well, wild forest is a fruit.
Yeah, I know, but you know what I mean. I'm not
I know,
completely unhealthy.
Yeah.
Do you like
yeah.
fruit? But yeah, on that note, I think we'll end because we've got
Yeah.
some stuff to wash and 3 more flavours to try.
Yeah.
So yeah, for some of you watching these videos back to back, we'll be right back. But for those of you who might space them out, thanks very much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.